I'm over 50 and started a YouTube channel from scratch, and this is my journey. What we're going to go through in this video is who I am, why I did it, the research I did, the turning point that finally made me press that publish button, what I hope to achieve out of it, and what you guys can expect. So if you're curious about starting a YouTube channel and want to see my journey, love a good underdog story, or just want to see my train wreck as it happens, this is going to be the channel for you to follow. Okay, so who am I? I'm Bert Duzza. Well, that's what my friends call me. You can call me Bert, you can call me Duzza. I don't mind either way. I'm in my early 50s. I'm from Australia, as you can probably tell by my accent. I live on the Gold Coast in Australia. I've worked pretty much my whole life in the corporate world, and I currently still work a 9-to-5 job. Well, I wish it was 9 to 5, a lot of longer hours than that at times. And that's one of the reasons I've started a YouTube channel, and also one of the things that will help me decide how to structure or what I'm able to deliver in regard to my YouTube channel and the regularity of posting and things like that, as you'll find out. Okay, so why would you put yourself through starting a YouTube channel? Well, my answer is why not? You know, I live by the motto of you fail 100% of the time at the things you never try. Life's an adventure, just get into it, right? I've always had an interest in YouTube, not just watching it, but I've always thought it'd be good to be able to post. Confidence has always been a drawback, definitely for me, as I assume it would be for a lot of people. The putting yourself out there, filming yourself, you know, don't like the sound of your voice, don't like how you look, well, many reasons that people have. And for me, like I first posted, I had an account and I went on a holiday for my 40th birthday to Vietnam, motorbike riding up in the mountains. It was amazing, amazing people. And I posted a 3-minute clip from back then. And that was 11 years ago, 12 years ago maybe. And what I found was I did not have any technical skills, right? So some people will relate to this. You know the Homer meme where he's working from home and his computer says, press the any key, and Homer's there going, where's the any key? I'm that guy. So, you know, I filmed it on a GoPro and then you had to put it on the computer, and it was very complicated back then how to do it all, for someone like me anyway. So that was one of the reasons it's taken so long. Another reason is just that confidence piece, the sound of your own voice, seeing yourself on camera, all those sorts of things. But I got to the point where the channel that I have, that I've started, which isn't this channel. This channel's to document the journey, I guess, of that channel and my experience on my YouTube journey and what I learn and what I take out of it, and hopefully to help other people learn along the way, and also for other people to potentially give me advice and to help me on my journey with what I do with that channel. But for me, it was the topic of the other channel is something I'm very passionate about, and that's something I've been doing like every day for the last 4 or 5 years. So it's something I'm very interested in. I felt like I could contribute and help other people with it. So the structure of the channel is really a weekly update. Well, at the moment I'm doing a 30-day challenge, right? So I thought I'm going to do a 30-day sprint, see how it goes. And the learnings of that and work and things like that have helped me structure how it's going to be structured going forward, that channel. But there's an educational piece in that channel, and that's probably the main thing I'm most excited about or most interested in. I've always enjoyed helping and mentoring people through my job, through work, and if there's anything that I could have learned through the last 4 or 5 years in this topic that can help other people, and I can contribute to that and help them avoid some of the mistakes that other people make or I might have made, that was the spark, I guess, that lit the fire for me to go, I really like to do this. And then where do you start? So for me, it was research, right? Now research, that's another whole rabbit warren that you go down, right, as part of your journey. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or you've recently started one, which will probably be most people that might be watching this, or if you started one a long time ago, at some point research it takes over your life, right? For a period, you just are researching and going down the rabbit warren. You start with, cameras and lighting and microphones. If you're going to do something where you're on camera, before you even get into things like YouTube and the algorithm and thumbnails and titles and what should I title my files and descriptions and subtitles and tags and hashtags and all those different things, and what software do I use? Do I need a software because I want to do screen sharing or screen recording? Do I want to put myself in that? Do I want to, all those different things, and so many different things to learn, Canva, and how can I use ChatGPT to help and maybe make things a bit easier for me, especially as a beginner. And I mean, there are a lot of good ones out there, and for me, I use Think Media a lot. They've got a lot of good content, been around for a long time. Kevin Colby does a lot of really good stuff. Ty Myers, he's a new YouTuber. He's been doing it maybe 12 months, but he's got some really good insights from his journey. The one I probably resonate with a lot, just from the mindset perspective, is a guy called Rob the Maratiner. So he's really good. I think for me, he was my turning point, right? I watched all these other ones and they all say just start and all those other things. And like a lot of people, the procrastination comes in, and I'll get to it. Now I've got to make it perfect before I do it. And the reality is, no one does watch your first videos. No one watches your first videos, pretty much. I mean, I'm on day 19 or 20 of the channel that I started, posting every day of this 30-day challenge, because for me, it's the main reason for doing the 30-day challenge was I got to the point from something Rob said that made me go, I'm just going to start. And I learn by doing. So the best thing for me to do is to do it every single day for 30 days, and I'll learn along the way. And when the time comes, when I go in the next episode, when I go through that 30-day challenge, I'll go through how my first video started to where I am now, which I'm quite proud of that part. And I'm probably still miles from where, well, I am miles from where I want to be. But he's the one that got me to change my mindset and go, you know what, I am just going to start. I'm just going to do a 30-day challenge. I'm going to do it every day, and I'm just going to learn as I go. And that's why I'm doing it. But that was my turning point, was the inspiration from him. And then I've seen it from other people since then, or maybe it didn't resonate as much when other people were saying it, but for some reason, that was my turning point that made me go, that's what I'm going to do now. Now, I guess the next question for me was, what do I hope to achieve from doing this? Now, there's a number of things I guess I hope to achieve. One was to help other people. I mean, that was the primary one initially for the channel I set up, the other channel, and even for this channel. And for this series, well, starting as a series that I want to do, is to maybe this one will inspire or help other people learn, help me learn. And the other one is, I do research in that on this topic every day, as I said. So a weekly update of the research I've done helps me consolidate that, and it makes sure that I'm doing the research that I feel I need to be doing. But also the educational piece, as I mentioned earlier, it's really helping. I want to help other people. And now longer term, I guess like anyone, like you would love to be able to do YouTube as a business. So longer term, there would be a business side to it I'd like to look at. I mean, that's a long way down the track. But who doesn't want to work for themselves, doing something they enjoy, The creative side I really enjoy. Like for me, the working in the corporate world and in an office all the time, and that I don't really have that creative outlet that I like. I mean, I've got a lot of hobbies. Motorbike riding, water skiing, going to the beach, camping, brewing beer, like millions of hobbies. So this is just another one my wife says. But it's that creative outlet that I really like about this. So if you could do something where you're working for yourself, something creative that you enjoy doing, you can help other people and you can make money for it, to me that would be perfect, right? Whether I get there, I don't know. But again, you fail 100% of the time at the things you never ever try. So I decided to try it and see how I go. Where the journey ends, I don't know, but I'm going to enjoy the ride. I know that. And that's the important thing. If it's starting to become unenjoyable in my mind, and this is one of the things I've taken out of this 30-day challenge, and I'll go into in more detail in the next episode, but if it starts to become unenjoyable for a reason, what is that reason? And can you change it up to go, look, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it for enjoyment. I need to make sure it's enjoyable, or it becomes a job and it becomes a chore. And I've got enough of that in my life. That's not what this is meant to be about. So that's when I think you need to then take stock and go, how can I change up what I'm doing and make it enjoyable again for me? What can you guys expect out of this? I'm hoping, as I said, you'll get to see my journey. You'll get to learn, hopefully, from my journey. You'll get to laugh along the way. I'm hoping, well, for good reasons, not for the train wreck that could be in front of all of us following this journey. I think you'll get. I do seriously think that people that follow will hopefully enjoy the journey. They'll learn from it. They'll be able to help me. So I'm really looking for maybe comments and insights on things that I could do better, things I could try. Even maybe some things I've done right would be good to hear and go, actually, you've done that right. So things like that. It's really about building a community to help me and them get into YouTube and on their YouTube journey, right? So currently the plan is for the next episode to be the 30-day sprint update, I guess. What did I learn during that time? Like, did I get subscribers? What kind of views did I get? What things did I try? What was my first video like to how my last video was like? And the contrast between the two, which I already know from where I am now to where my first was, how big the contrast is in just that short period. And I feel if I hadn't have done this 30-day sprint, it could have taken me 3 months to get to where I am now, because I have been changing things almost daily. So there's going to be that, unless I maybe decide to maybe do an update in between. But at the moment, it's going to be the 30-day sprint. So for those of you that are interested in that and following that journey and seeing, what I learned in that 30 days, that'll be a really, really good episode. Now, I really do hope that you follow the journey. I hope you've got value, no matter how small, out of this video. And if you have got value, please hit that like button. Now, if you do want to follow the journey along with me, learn along the way, or just for some laughs, or whatever the case may be, please hit the subscribe button. Click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified when my videos come out for you to keep up with that journey. And I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.